I'll say the reason we came out on Labor Day, which I wanted to take a day off, is because whether there's 10 people or 10,000 people, when Julian Assange is extradited, and I'm going to be honest with you, it is likely that he will be extradited, he will be in prison for the rest of his life. And whether you like him or not, you don't have to like the person, or whether you think he, quote unquote, aided Russia in 2016, which there's absolutely no evidence for that, but putting that aside, the fact that so little attention is being put on this, in law, there's something called precedent. So even though this is the Trump administration, right? Theoretically, a Biden administration or a Kamala Harris administration or whatever would not be as authoritarian or quote-unquote fascist. If Julian Assange is successfully prosecuted using the Espionage Act, which would be the first time in American history a journalist goes to jail for publishing, don't think that another administration won't take that precedent and use it against a publisher. You know, we could debate the terminology and whether he's a journalist or not. I think he absolutely is. But at the end of the day, there's no evidence that Julian Assange partook in hacking anything. Journalists every single day, myself included, urge sources to leak information to them. That's called journalism. The New York Times, the Washington Post, they urged Daniel Ellsberg, not that he wasn't going to do it, but they didn't just sit dismissively and say, well, if you feel like it, send us the Pentagon Papers. No, they tried to talk him into it. They tried to manipulate. That's what journalists do. Because at the end of the day, if you're an actual journalist, the goal is to obtain the information and get it out there. Of course, there's a difference if you yourself are hacking into databases or government files, but Julian Assange did not do that. Citing that he spoke with Chelsea Manning about a password, that's ridiculous. That's not hacking into or partaking. And the fact that, you know, these journalists that you see trending all the time on social media, like Jim Sciutto and Jim Acosta, these people that the resistance has elevated to be like hero journalists because they asked Trump or challenged Trump at a press conference. They are silent on this. And it's disgusting. Julian Assange is basically being prosecuted. Honestly, I don't even think Trump has anything to do with it. I honestly don't think Trump cares. This is the Pentagon, the CIA, all of them, the FBI, who wanted Obama to do it, but Obama and his DOJ at least had the sense, at least had, not that they were great, but at least had the perspective to see the bigger picture and say, this is too, even for us, this is too much of a slippery slope. We don't have legal grounds to charge Julian Assange. You can't, yes, we don't like what he did. We don't like that he blew the whistle on Big Brother and the military-industrial complex, but this is just too much of a stretch. We would never get away with this. The Department of Justice, knowing that Trump, you know, you can never go too far if you're Donald Trump. They're trying to settle a score. They're trying to chill journalism so that somebody like me or somebody, I don't know, name your actually adversarial independent journalist will never, even if they get secretive information that might show whether it be war crimes or, you know, privacy hacks or whatever, that they will not do it because they will know they're facing life in prison. That, you can't call yourself a democracy if that's what happens. So I hope, obviously, we're all on overdrive between the pandemic, people protesting for Black lives. There's only so many things you can do in a day. We got multiple crises, but I really hope people, if you value not just the profession of journalism, but if you just value right and wrong, good and bad. What he revealed was war crimes. Look at the footage that came out from Iraq and Afghanistan that he revealed. Without him, we would have never known any of that. So I really hope, obviously there wasn't that many people here today, but I hope people share this. I hope people spread this. It's important to get this information out. If you follow his tweets, you'll see this judge is simply rubber stamping everything the prosecution wants. And that's shameful. Julian Assange has not had in-person access to his attorney in 6 months. His attorney, even when they speak on the phone, has said he has problems hearing me and we have problems hearing him because of the prison phone connection. So he doesn't even have access to a legitimate defense. He can't see his lawyers. They can barely hear each other. As people said, he's being messed with in prison. There's been talks of him being suicidal, of being grossly malnourished. I mean, this is torture. At least in America, we have the pretense of a fair trial, right? And by the way, where is the country of Australia? He's an Australian citizen. You know, where are Australian citizens on this? In the United Kingdom, the UK is basically serving as an accomplice to the United States crime. So where is the people in the UK? There's a lot more people in the UK outside that hearing than there are in New York City. So there are people speaking out about this. Amnesty International was locked out of the hearing today. It is rare that Amnesty International is not allowed to observe these types of hearings. So this is a charade.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.